All right, welcome into the show. Creative Crypto here. The crypto market has been pumping these last couple days, and meme coins continue to pop off here as we see that Pump Fund is back up on top as far as launch pads go. Bonk.fun has basically exited here. I don't see very many Bonk coins anymore. I think this might be a Bonk coin here, this new LLM coin. We have another competitor to the launchpad space, this Heaven launchpad here. There's been a few coins that have launched on this launchpad that have pumped pretty high, as we see 50 million for this light coin right here. And meme coins continue to lead the trading volume here on Solana. Now, meme coins, if you've been trading them for the last couple years like I have, you know that it can be very difficult to trade meme coins, and there's a lot more scams and rug pulls, and you have to do a lot of research. And sometimes it's just about lucky timing to be able to time some of these new coin launches and getting in early to ride the wave upwards. I've done that many times on coins and had some pretty big hits along the way. I'm still trading meme coins actively. I am still copy trading as well. Copy trading meme coins has gotten a lot tougher than it was back last year as well, as far as finding the wallets and consistent wallets that hit, and then being able to copy trade them long term without having them farm you or try to wreck your account. These things are a part of meme coin trading, and we just have to try to deal with them the best we can in order to try to profit and stay ahead of the game. However, I don't believe you should put all your eggs into one basket when it comes to trading. I think you should have multiple different ways to diversify your trading, whether that's meme coin trading, trying to just buy some regular cryptos like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana and holding it. And then what I've been doing recently here on the channel is leverage trading. And if you guys were able to see my video I posted about a couple weeks ago here, the Solana price pumps soon. And this one actually played out perfectly in this video. So if you haven't seen that, you can go back and watch it. See how I was able to come up with the price pattern that Solana has been following, and it's been following it to a T here. And I wanted to be able to get this video out to you guys so you guys could ride that trade with me, because we were basically able to ride Solana from about 160 bucks all the way over $200 and make some big profit. I had posted a trade signal in primetime calls as well as my Telegram group as well. And here's a screenshot of the actual trade here. This was on Jupiter and $1,000 P&L right there, so about 270%. And it was in a time frame of about 9 or 10 days, I believe, for this trade to play out. And then I actually posted another trade as well in the Primetime Calls VIP section for VIP members only. So congrats if you guys were able to catch that trade. This was actually part of the second trade that I made recently, which is we rode the wave up from $182 to over $200 again, and we're able to basically capitalize on this. Now, the reason why I have this one open is because I actually added on to my trade. As you can see here in my trade history for this wallet, okay, this is the $1,000 P&L right here, and then it made another 189 right here on the long, basically rode it up to 197.5. That was the signal that I gave. It went up higher than that, but that's just basically where I want to take profit for a nice 100% gain right there. Now, because Jupiter is a decentralized exchange, meaning that everything is on chain as far as transactions go, when you add on to an existing position and you basically set up your take profit already, you have to then cancel that and reset it up again if you want to include that add-on position, because when you lock in the take profit, it's only locking in that amount of equity for that trade. So if you add on to your position after that, you're only going to be able to close out their first trade. That's because it's decentralized. It's not going to let you trade more than you had to begin with for that smart contract. That's just the way it works on chain. If this was on a centralized exchange, it would basically just replace this and it would close out at the same price. But that's okay. It actually left it open, and we're actually making a little bit more, okay, than I would have before. So I do have a stop loss on this just in case it goes lower, because I do think we're going to get a correction here in the next couple days, unfortunately. But I do think it's going to then ride up even higher, and we're going to be able to capitalize on this pattern yet again. The last video I made, I showed you guys exactly how to find this pattern, and we are exploiting it to the T here to make some really nice profits. Now, I wasn't able to catch it every single time like on these dips here when the pattern went down. It hasn't followed it, exactly. It really did in the beginning. Let me actually zoom in so you guys can see on this. But it was actually following this to the T. As you can see, this is when I started it right here in the video. And we did get that initial pump. then the correction back down, just like the pattern showed, then pumped again, then back down. It was literally following it to the T until we hit about right here. It actually started front running the pattern, and it actually pumped a lot higher, way up to these levels. And then we got the correction back down, got the little pump even right here again, and then this kind of bucked the trend right here because it was supposed to go up more, but because we were already up so high, it kind of reversed it on us and it went down, and then pumped again, then got the correction. I mean, it's literally just printing to the T. And we have kind of front run the pattern yet again a little bit right here as we broke out right here pretty good. Okay, and now it's looking like we're going to get the correction back down again for the next couple days, basically Monday through Monday it's looking like, and then that's the time to go long again. So you can actually capitalize on this via leverage trading, and I showed you guys how to do that last video on Jupiter, a little introduction to leverage trading. I do still want to make a standalone video just on leverage trading. This video is actually going to show you how I found a bot which will let you do copy trading for leverage traders. So just like with Trojan, how we can copy trade meme coin traders and also use it to trade on our own and set up, take profits, stop losses, all of that stuff. You can do all of that same stuff on this new bot, which is for leverage trading. And you can find wallets to copy trade, and that is through HyperLiquid, which is a decentralized exchange very similar to Jupiter. However, on this one, they have a lot more options as far as trading goes and different pairs and stuff like that. And the way this works is you're not trading with Solana on this. You're actually using USDC, and that is going to be on either the HyperLiquid network or the Arbitrum network. And don't worry if that sounds kind of confusing to you. It's very easy to bridge. Actually, the bot that I'm going to show you gives you a very easy way to seamlessly bridge using Solana to your wallet. So you would just send Solana to the address it gives you. It'll auto convert it for you and add the USDC to your bot. So then you can trade here on HyperLiquid. And the great thing about using a bot as well is because, especially with leverage trading, if you guys live in certain areas of the world where they restrict you based on your IP address, normally you'd have to go get a VPN, go through all those hoops and hurdles to hide your IP address to be able to trade on these exchanges. And you're only limited to basically the decentralized exchange because the other exchanges, you need KYC and all of this. So that's why the perks of the decentralized exchanges, but these ones are still blocking IP addresses because I had some people reach out to me and say, hey, I can't do the perps on Jupiter. How do you leverage trade, in this part of the world? And basically the only way to do it is to get a VPN. Or now you can actually use this bot, which is just through Telegram, and it doesn't matter where you are located because it's going to trade on your behalf on this exchange. So it's kind of a workaround here. You don't have to worry about getting a VPN. You don't have to worry about any of that. And you can actually trade and copy trade with this bot. So stick around as well through the end of the video because I'm going to do a little special offer here for just my subscribers and people watching this video. That's going to be pretty exciting, and it's going to be kind of similar to the double up trading challenge that I'm doing currently with meme coin trading, except it's going to be here through leverage trading with the HyperLiquid and using this new bot. So it's a pretty cool thing, guys, and it's a great way to diversify your trading, so you're not just all meme coin trading, because meme coin trading is really the toughest trading that you can do in the crypto market because it is so volatile. It is so risky as far as all these different coins. You really don't know the ins and outs. There's tons of insiders. There's a bunch of stuff going on. Now you can get lucky and hit on some huge trades and make life-changing money. You definitely can. However, it's just nice to take a kind of a mental break from that and kind of diversify. Have your meme coin trading going in the background, have your hodlings. That's what I'm kind of doing more now is I'm looking for more blue chip coins that I can buy and just hold. I don't have to constantly look at the chart. And, the days of just trying to get, 1 or 2x is getting pretty slim. That's why it's getting pretty tough to do that. I am still going to try to do the double up trading challenge as well, but it's just that type of trading is a lot tougher to do nowadays. Really, with meme coin trading nowadays, it's about trying to find the gems that are going to run like this one up to 12 million, something like that, because you can really get into this, in the 500k, 200k, 300k level. If you can catch one of these runners, that's really where you want to be. And it definitely is still possible because this one here, if you saw this live, I actually didn't see this when it was launched. Now, we did catch the first LLM, which was large language model, in my Telegram. I actually was able to catch that live when someone posted a call for that at around 200 to 300k market cap. So that's why I definitely remember this as far as LLM goes. This is just a spin on that one. This is Latina language model. It's basically a spin off of the AI language that it uses to code. They use large language models to code their AI, infrastructure on these different AI agents. And, if you can catch one of these runners, and it was actually this one here. I think it's actually trending today. Yeah, this one, large language model. We actually caught this in my Telegram. Someone posted the call. I remember way back when. And this thing ran up to I want to say 100 million. Yeah, at least. So it literally went from 200K to 100 million in, I want to say 6 hours or so. It was a truly insane pump. So that's why if you're in meme coin trading and experienced, you could have caught that runner right there. But those are kind of the ones I'm looking for, kind of more of the blue chip runners. I'm not trying to catch these, coins going up from 50K to 100K. It's so tough to do that now. And I'm not the best to do that type of trading as far as quick trading, holding for 30 seconds, 1 minute, like some of these, big KOLs are doing, which a lot of it is just farming their copy traders on their public wallets. They know what they're doing. Traders that are holding coins for 20 seconds, 30 seconds. I mean, there's realistically no way that you can do that consistently with these coins without basically farming your copy traders. So that's why I'm trying to kind of diversify here. I've always been good at charting and finding patterns with coins, and I'm definitely getting more into this as well. And this is something lately that I've been able to make more profit than I have trading meme coins. So I definitely want to continue with it. And I thought it would be a cool thing to share with you guys this new bot that's going to allow you to do this. However, with bots, you always have to only put on them, risk capital, basically your gambling funds, only funds that you're going to be trading with at the time. And then when you're not trading, you can just withdraw it back to your wallet. Now, I think HyperLiquid does charge a small withdrawal fee, so maybe you want to kind of think about that. But I'll show you more tutorial videos as we go along here. This is just an introduction into this bot and what it can do. So this is the bot right here, guys. This is the Apex Liquid bot. And this bot allows you to trade on HyperLiquid through Telegram. You can open up long positions, short positions, copy trade. You can discover the smart wallets as well, analyze wallets, track wallets here. They have a lot of cool features with this bot as well. So first, the way you would fund this bot is they give you two options. You can deposit $100 of USDC to your bot's wallet that it gives you here, or you can send at least 0.5 Solana to this address here, and it's going to bridge it automatically to your wallet. So your wallet is going to be basically a HyperLiquid wallet that's going to be logged into the exchange. Now your wallet for the bot is going to be the one trading on HyperLiquid. This exchange right here, HyperLiquid. And once you export your private keys from your bot's wallet to your MetaMask, the way you would do that is you come over here to your MetaMask. This one, you're going to need a MetaMask wallet. This is what I use for Ethereum and EVM forks and stuff like that. So you would come in here, you would click right here, Enable Networks. Make sure you click on Arbitrum 1 and then close right here. And then come up here. If you need to make a new wallet, click right here. Then click Add Account or Wallet. And then you can either create a new wallet that is going to be connected to your same seed phrase for your MetaMask here, or you can import a wallet via private key right here. So this would be the private key you would get from your bot. You would basically click on Wallet right here. Once it brought up this Wallet tab, you would press Export Keys, and it will give you the private key for your HyperLiquid wallet, which will be trading on HyperLiquid. And you can actually log in to HyperLiquid once you have the private keys in here and see all your trades and stuff like that and initiate everything from this dashboard. But the thing is, you don't have to do that because you can get around that by just using the bot if you don't have access to the HyperLiquid front end. But it's just an option for you to keep in mind because it's fully decentralized here and they give you their private keys and everything. Now, if you wanted to make a second wallet, if you want to make a new wallet, you need to back up your first wallet first, because once you create a new wallet in here, it does not save the private keys of your old wallet. So if you have funds on that old wallet, if you have anything on that old wallet, if it's connected to referral address or anything like that, you're going to lose access to that. So always export your private keys to a MetaMask. Write that private key down on a piece of paper separate, offline. It's not that long to write, take you a couple minutes, and you will definitely thank yourself later if something were to happen to your wallet or something like that. Always write down the private keys, okay, and keep it in a safe place if you ever need to restore your wallet after that. So just something to keep in mind with that. And then the way you would actually bridge, if you want to do it yourself, you can use this Alto Finance. There's a couple other bridges you can use as well. You can use dBridge. There's a bunch of different bridges you can use. This one's super easy. So actually what you can do first is come to dBridge if you've never used Arbitrum before, because you're going to need a little bit of Ethereum in your wallet for gas in order to send the USDC back and forth. So send some Solana first over here. bridge it over, find the Arbitrum network. Okay, basically click Arbitrum, click Ethereum right there, and then you're on Solana. So basically put it in here, 0.2, 0.2, whatever. It'll give you the amount. You put your Arbitrum address here. That's the wallet you created. I recommend creating a second wallet like I showed you on MetaMask. That is your wallet. And then also importing your bot's wallet. So basically you have your holding wallet. That'll basically be your go-between wallet. That'll be to sending and receiving funds to your bot wallet. Okay. So that wallet's going to need some Ethereum. So that's why you can bridge first some Solana over, have some Ethereum in there. Then you can either do the same thing with dBridge or use Alto, because I think it's a little cheaper on fees, and you can just send USDC. Because once you have Ethereum in your wallet, you're set. You can send and receive USDC back and forth and pay the gas fee. It's very cheap as well on Arbitrum. There's a lot of tutorial videos on YouTube as well if you need to learn how to use these bridges. It's not that difficult once you get the hang of it. I know some people are more new on this channel, more new to crypto, and this stuff is second nature to me. And over time, it'll become second nature to you as well. Just the more times you do it, you just have to make sure, you're doing it correctly first time, so then you don't run into any issues. Okay, now once you have funds on here, the way you would trade is you basically would click long or short, whatever you want to do. We'll just click short here, and you will look at what pairs they have to trade. Okay, these are all the different pairs you can trade. There's 9 pages, and when you want to trade a pair, you click right here on any of these coins. We'll just click Solana. Now it's loading. Okay, here's my available balance. Here's the leverage. Now the way this exchange works is it's a little different with leverage. They are using a cross leverage here, and it's basically going to pull from your entire balance. So you have to be very careful when you are trading with these type of exchanges, because if you choose the wrong way, you could get wrecked pretty fast, because it's using your whole balance and not just an isolated amount per trade like you would on Jupiter. That is isolated leverage on Jupiter. You basically create a trade. That trade is isolated to that amount of funds, and that's it. With this, it pulls from your entire balance based on your leverage. So only deposit into the bot what you want to trade with and what you're okay with potentially losing if the trade does not go your way. Now, of course, you can manage it differently. You can try to only use a certain amount per trade, use smaller amounts. But the thing is, if you get liquidated on some trades, depending on your leverage, if it's too high, you could wreck your entire account. So just keep that in mind. It's a different way it's calculated here as far as the leverage goes. The max leverage is 20x. And basically, you have your 2 different options here. Okay, this is the long section. If you want to go long right here, you would click on how much you want to trade. So let's say we only wanted to open a $50 position, whether it was long or short. A $50 position at a 10x leverage. That is basically a $500 trade because you're using leverage. So if you wanted to open up only a $50 position on 10x, you would click 500. That would be your amount. Same thing with shorting. This is the short section right here. Okay, and you can set it up to do limit orders if you want to do limit orders. This is a market order. This will go through instantly when you do that. You can change leverage over here. Click on this. It'll change your leverage. You can set up pre-made take profit and stop loss percentages if you want to have a set stop loss and target for that. I tend to just set that up after the fact, and I rarely will use a stop loss for trades. The only time I really use them is if I'm actually already in profit and I don't want to lose that profit. I'll set up a stop loss to where it's basically a stop profit. So it will just stop out my trade and I'll make some profit and I won't lose everything back if the trade starts going in the other direction. Okay, so let's say I want to do a $50 short. Okay, I'll just do this for an example. I don't know if this is a good time to short yet because it does look like we're getting a little bit of a pump again. Okay, I want to wait a little bit longer to short, but just for the video, I'll do this here. So I'm gonna click on 500 right here, and we have 10x leverage. So click 500. It's going to give you an order preview. We want to do a 10x short on Solana, $500 position. Our margin is only $50, okay? And it's going to show you the liquidation price after the trade. I wish it would show you kind of before that, but the bot isn't that sophisticated yet to do that. You can do that if you want to look on HyperLiquid and kind of estimate what that would be, because your liquidation price is directly proportional to your leverage. So the higher leverage this is, the slimmer that liquidation price is going to be. So the more risky the trade is, the more likely you could lose your money. Okay, so now if you want to open the trade, click on confirm open right here. Trade success right here. Okay, and it pops up with a little P&L card there. It does that when you open a trade, and it also will do it when you close a trade. We can click on view position, and you can see here, this is the new position here. Okay, our liquidation price is 260. Now, a liquidation price of 260 does sound extremely high. However, if the price were to ever get to that level, it would wipe out all of our available balance as well. Because what happens is when the trade starts going against you, it starts pulling from your available balance and adding it to your margin. Keeps adding it, adding it, adding it. That's what cross leverage does. That's why cross leverage is different than isolated leverage, which is what you do on Jupiter. Okay, so this is definitely a different type of trading. It's something that you have to get used to with this. But the cool thing about trading on cross leverage like this is you can make more money and actually a little bit faster as well. So if the price does go in your direction, you're actually going to make more money faster than you would on a traditional, 10x leverage type of trade. So it's actually a pretty cool thing. It's just something you have to get used to if you're used to just trading on Jupiter, like I am basically. And then this position is open right here. You can see I also have this one open. This was from a copy trade I was testing out just to kind of make sure things were working and seeing how it was going there. You can see this was a copy trade right here by test 1. And you can check out all your open positions. Now, if we want to close this manually, we'd click right here, close. It's going to bring up the trade right here. And just like you would like on Trojan or any other bot, you can click the percentage, how much percent you want to close this trade. If we want to do a limit order, we can set up a limit order and we can just close the position right there. Okay, so that's the way you would do that. And that's how you would set up your take profit or your stop loss after the fact. So if I wanted to set up a take profit and stop loss now for this position, you would just click on close right there. You would basically switch this to limit. Okay, now it's asking me to enter a custom price. Okay, so now I want to get out of this trade, let's just say at, 200.5. Okay, so 200.5, that'll be our take profit. Put that in there. All right, so now the limit order, 200.5. Close our 100% of this position at that level. Press close position. It's going to ask again. It'll be a confirmed P&L of $1, but that's at this current P&L. That's not what it would be once it closed, because it's not able to calculate what it would be if it closed at that level yet. They don't have the ability to do that on this bot. This is actually what this position is worth right now. As you can see, Sol's gone down about 50 cents. So we're about $1 in profit currently. So we'll just click confirm close right there. That'll set up the limit order to close that position. Okay, so you can see there. And then we can actually go back to our positions here. So there's our limit orders. If we wanted to cancel the order, we can cancel it here. We can also set up a stop loss. It would just basically be another limit order at a higher price. So if we wanted to get out of the trade, let's say at $212, we can set up a limit order at $212, and that'll be our stop loss and take profit. All right, so that's how you basically trade manually on this bot. So then the cool section, and what I want to really focus on, is the copy trading. And that's basically for you guys that I want to do a experiment here on the channel, and I'm going to get to that in a second. But how you would add a copy trader in here is you would basically just click add right here, and now it's going to bring you to the copy trade settings. Now I'm going to make a future video kind of going into more detail about all these settings and stuff and the way you would set this up. Number one, how do you find wallets to copy trade? Well, you can come over to their smart money section, which they give you access to in the bot, and I'll leave a link to this as well. This is basically the top traders. You can filter it here by certain metrics. This is actually pretty cool stuff. They have this for the copy trading here for the bot. You can sort this by traders' trade time, when they traded last, their win rate, everything here, guys. You can just see, 1 day ROI. So this is like how long they hold the trade, okay? And let's see, they're actually 1 day P&L right there. Here's 16%. So this person made 26% here, and their last trade was 25 minutes ago. So you can see, when they traded last, to see if they're an active wallet. You can see their win rate. You can see their max drawdown, how low the trade dips before it actually hits profit, or all-time ROI there. And if you like a trader, you can click right here, and then you can get more detail as far as what this trader looks like, what positions they're trading, how long they're holding, stuff like that. Their current trade's open. Right now, they're in a 20x long on Bitcoin, okay? But they don't really have much in the trade. That's just basically a trade they forgot to close out or something like that. Let's go to activity here. We can see closed long, okay? Small little P&Ls though. I don't know if I would copy trade this guy. They're just trading with super large positions and making a very small amount of money. Okay, they're making like $9 here. I'm not looking for this type of trader. This is more of like, you know, a trader that's just trading a ton of positions. So yeah, I would avoid this type of trader. Just like with copy trading meme coin traders, you don't want to trade somebody that's trading a bunch of different trades, like all these little trades here and there. It's just, it'll wreck your account over time. Okay, so you have to always look into this stuff when you are looking at copy trading. But just a cool thing to have the ability to do to diversify your copy trading portfolio from just meme coin copy traders to now you can copy trade leverage traders. So pretty cool stuff. I think it's a nice little addition to the portfolio here on the channel. And again, you can scroll through. If you find a wallet that you want to check, you can just search right here. And when you get to this section, you can actually then just search any wallet in here. And, you know, you can actually see, you know, search by address, put it in here, and it will bring up their stats on HyperLiquid. This is only keeping stats from HyperLiquid because that's only the trading that it allows here. But let's say we wanted to copy trade one of these wallets. We'll just pick any of these just to see, okay? But what I like to do first, check out their activity. Of course, see, you know, how often they're trading, stuff like that. You know, this guy has basically opened up a ton of short positions. Let's see, position open. Yeah, he's got $1 million. Now, this is in leverage here, so it's a 20x short $1 million position. And actually, no, this is 138 million. Wow, okay, I read this wrong. So, yeah, I was actually looking at the P&L. I apologize about that. This is the position size. So, actually, it's $138 million short, a 20x short. That is insane. So, that actually is, in US dollar value, actually only about 6.9 million. Still crazy, crazy numbers. But you can see his liquidation price is at 120,000. So he has to basically keep adding to this position more and more and more if this thing keeps going up. And this guy's really getting himself in trouble here. So although his total P&L is 13 million, so he's a profitable trader over time. But right now, you know, he's got 10 million balance and 6.9 million on the line. And he's already down, you know, 20% of that. So how far does he let that trade go before he cuts his losses? We shall see. But that's just kind of the cool stuff you have to look forward to here on, you know, trading leverage and stuff like that. So you can actually look back and you can run back tests on this. This is cool stuff, guys. It's a lot of cool tech that this team over here for this Apex Liquid bot is offering. Just for an example, you know, you would click on the wallet, put in the target wallet, paste it in there. Okay, now that wallet's in there, you can add a name for it if you want to tag it to a name. I recommend doing that to keep track of your wallets. You can reverse copy this wallet, which is pretty insane. So basically, you would do the opposite of what this wallet does. So if you find a wallet that is a historically losing trader, that might not be the worst because you could reverse copy trade them. So just like on this trade, we could have reverse copy traded this short. So pretty crazy, kind of a lot to think about. So I'm kind of just going to leave it to just the regular copy trading, but that's a cool option that they give you there. Okay, copy ratio. This is where it comes into play because with copy trading, you're copy trading basically their balance. So let's say they open up, you know, a 10x long position on any type of trade. And with this trader, you know, they're opening up, you know, millions of dollars in positions. So we're not going to worry about copy ratio because we don't have the type of funds for that. We're going to come down here and go minimum trade size, maximum trade size. So that means when they open a position, it's the most or minimum that it's going to allow for us. So if our minimum trade size is $15 and they open up a 10x position, that's really only $1.50 that we will trade. Just like when I showed you when I opened up the short, you have to calculate the leverage into this. So depending on how much historical leverage the wallet that you're using uses, this would, you know, determine your position size. So let's just say you put 500 for the minimum. Let's say the trader opens up a $1,000 long position at 20x leverage. The most you're going to open up is a $50 position because you put 500 for the minimum. Now maximum, you can put that at 500 as well if that's all you want to spend. If you only want to spend $50 per trade to start off with, that's what you need to do. Okay, now granted, because this is cross leverage, it could pull more from your available balance to even out the trade if it's going in the negative. So keep that in mind. If it's going in the positive, it doesn't pull. You just are in profit. You just get more profit. But if it goes against you, it's going to keep pulling from your available balance, and slowly, that's what a drawdown means, because it's drawing down your available balance because the trade's going against you. But once the trade reverses and goes for you, you're going to get all that available balance back to your balance, and then you're going to be in actually a profitable trade. So that's the way it works here with that. So just focus on the min maximum there, okay? Buy times per token, that's basically how many times you can buy per trade. So like this guy just keeps adding onto his position over and over. If you just set this up at 1, then basically it'll only allow the bot to trade 1 time per that token, okay? And copy trade size, if it's under this amount, you don't have to buy it, basically. You really don't need to use this if you're using the min-max section, okay? And again, I'm still learning more about this bot as well as we go along here. But basically, you don't have to worry about this either if you're using min-max trade size for the min token max there. If we want to copy longs and shorts, maybe we only want to copy longs, or maybe we only want to copy shorts. So you can choose there. Now, this section is the one you need to pay attention to. This is token blacklist and whitelist. This is what I like to use personally because I don't want these wallets trading all these crazy coins. Because HyperLiquid, like I showed you, has all these different options to trade. And I don't know all these different coins and different stuff like that. So I want to find wallets that are just trading the main coins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, stuff like that, However, if the wallet has shown a history of trading different coins successfully, then you can allow to trade it in the bot. The way you would do that is you come here for the long whitelist, and you can blacklist coins. It's just easier for me to whitelist, meaning that it's only going to be able to trade these coins that you whitelist. So for our long whitelist, we can click add, and we can click, Sol. Just put Sol in there. So now we only allow us to copy trade this wallet if they're trading Solana. Okay, we can go back over here, go to token blacklist whitelist again for short. So now our short whitelist, we can do the same for this. So that means we only want to trade Solana. So when this wallet is trading Solana, longing or shorting, then we will trade it as well. If it trades any other coins, we're not going to copy it. Okay, so you have full control over this, which is pretty cool. And then min balance of target wallet, that's just, if you want to only copy wallets that have a certain amount of balance, because, you have a certain amount of balance, it makes it easier. Because maybe you don't want to copy trade a wallet that has a very low balance if you have a very high balance. Okay, so you can set a minimum there where it won't copy it unless it has a certain amount of balance. Use sub wallet copy. I need to kind of research more what this is as well. But then after that, you would just click on create copy trade right here, and then it would copy trade this wallet. And then you can edit different things. You can delete it as well. And that's how you set it up to copy trade. You can see I already have a wallet right here. And if I click on this, this is what I was just using to test. Okay. And this is it. And then it's active right here. You can pause it if you want, or just delete it entirely. All right, guys. So that's the gist of the bot. There's also, the way to discover KOL addresses, analyze stuff. They have a lot of cool stuff in here. Again, I'll be making more detailed videos of this bot as we go along. And if I can think of tutorial videos and stuff to make, because I definitely want to add this to my portfolio to be able to diversify from meme coin trading and leverage trading as well. Now for the special thing I want to do for my audience and people that are following in my Telegram and just have been following the channel for a while, I want to do a little challenge here. I want to give you guys the ability to copy trade me for free. Okay, now the way this works is, number one, you have to use my link to sign up for the bot. So use the link in the description, sign up for the bot, direct message me on Telegram, and just put leverage copy trade in your message. That's it. Leverage copy trade. Once I see your message and I can confirm that you used my link, because anyone that uses my link and signs up, I will get a notification through this bot and I will see your Telegram handle. And if I can match it to your message, then you're in. And I will send you the link to the private group that I'm going to be making for this. And it will give you access to the wallet that I'm going to be using for my own trading. So you could copy trade me as we go along here on the challenge. I'm going to start with maybe $150, $200 and try to just continue trading this pattern, this Solana pattern that I have found here, and try to make some profit. And this will be a great way for you guys to automatically copy trade, because I know sometimes people don't see the trade signals, or they're not around their computer, or they don't know how to use leverage trading or get on an exchange, or they need a VPN. You don't need any of that. Sign up with this bot, sign up with my link. Once you're in the private group, then you can set up my wallet to copy trade just like I showed you here. I will also put some, settings in there that you can put. So you can put the exact same amount that I'm using. Okay, so only fund your bot with like 100, 200 bucks, and let's just ride it and see what we can do. It might be an epic failure, or it might be an epic success. We really don't know, but all I know is I'll be trading my own money. And if you guys are copying me, I understand that you guys are trading your own money as well, and I take that into full consideration. And I will do my best to make profitable trades for us because I want to make money, and I want you guys to make money along with me. And this is a cool way to be able to do this, because before, with copy trading meme coins, this is something I could never really offer on the channel, because if you guys all copy traded my wallet trading meme coins, we're basically becoming exit liquidity or insiders and people to just dump on us. And then, then it makes me look bad. Oh no, I'm leading these guys to the slaughter. But copy trading, leverage trading for these actual big cryptos, there's no way for these people to farm their copy traders and pump and dump on them. It's very, very difficult, and you would need tons and tons of money, and it's just not worth it. So when you're trading these big volume coins and these big cryptos, established cryptos like Solana, Bitcoin, Ethereum, you don't have to worry about being farmed copy trading, and I don't have to worry about not sharing wallets to copy trade with you or sharing my wallet, okay? Because then you guys can follow along. We can all try to make money together. Of course, you don't have to copy trade me. You can go find your own wallets to copy trade. You could copy trade yourself. This is just basically you having access to this bot to be able to use this bot and being able to use a leverage exchange where you don't need a VPN for this, and everything, works for this bot. And the really cool thing is the copy trading feature. So you can basically just follow along. As I make money, you make money. As I lose money, you lose money. So it's just, you can set up your own take profit if you want to, take profit after my trade. If you just want to get in when I get in and then decide when to take profit yourself, set up your own stop loss, stuff like that. Just a cool thing to do. I want to do a little challenge for that, kind of like the double up trading challenge, but this will be for, the HyperLiquid trading challenge. So it could be a cool thing, guys. Something to definitely take a look at if you do want to get in this bot. I want to put a little core group together of people that want to get in there, and eventually maybe I'll open up a little community chat as well, kind of separate from my community, just for this, and just a cool little thing to do. I thought this would be a nice little add-on to what we're already doing with TrojanBot, Zelfie Guru, primetime calls, and then just my calls and stuff in the Telegram, and just kind of give you guys a different aspect to look at, something different to make some profit with. Because just trading meme coins all the time, guys, it wears on you over time. You kind of need to switch it up and keep things fresh in crypto so things don't get, too old and stuff there. But it does look like Solana got a nice little pump. Let's look at the chart real quick before I end this video. So yeah, we did get a little push up there. You can see this is another chart I've been following here. This is the all-time high basically of Solana. You can see we got rejected, once over here, once over here. But why this, I think, is going to go even higher. And I definitely want to be long right now. Even though I showed you guys to go short in this video, I was just trying to pick up this trade, kind of front run this trade, because I do think it is going to dip here coming into Monday, but then it's going to go up more. Now, this could definitely front run this and just not do this dip at all. That's definitely a possibility. And we could shoot up to like, 215, even all the way up to 230. That's definitely in the cards for this pattern. So I was just trying to get a quick little trade. As you can see here, I don't think we're going to do the same thing over here, because this was another pattern that I potentially saw where, every time we hit this line, look, we get rejected and go down, get rejected and go down. I think what's going to happen is we're going to get rejected, go down, but we're not going to go down way down here again like these ones. We're just going to be a quick little one, fake out, and then long again, because a lot of the traders are probably looking at this and people are going to go short here, okay? Because they think, oh, we hit all-time high, we're going to short again. But it's going to be a short squeeze, because if you look back here for this one, okay, we got basically two full, patterns of this hump here. And you can see we only got one here and then got a little bit of a dip. This dip was a lot bigger than this dip here, okay? This is basically, a pretty big dip there. But we only got two, then the dip, and now we're going to get another two. So we're going to run up again here, guys. This is what I'm thinking here. And I definitely think this pattern is going to play out towards the end of the month. Basically, this pattern is going to run through September 1st. So we've been hitting this pattern pretty hard. And that's why I want to give you guys the ability to copy my trades for free here using this bot. All you got to do, sign up with my link for the bot, and then direct message me on Telegram, and I'll send you the private group link, and you can get in. Don't trust anybody DMing you saying it's me. You have to DM me first, because there's scammers that'll probably try to scam you, send you the group, or send you some scam group. I will not direct message you. You direct message me first. I'll put my Telegram in the description. You can also find it through my Telegram community. My username is in the description, and we can just make a little group here, guys, and try to continue to run this pattern. I'm not asking you guys to give me money for this right now. This is just a challenge I want to try to do. And I want to try to help you guys make some money here as we finish this pattern out pretty strong into this bull run. So guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit a thumbs up, subscribe for more. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about this new bot? Are you going to give it a try? Are you going to try to copy trade me, set up a little account to copy trade? I'm not telling you to put your life savings in this, okay? I'm telling you, I'm putting 100 or 200 bucks basically to start with. If I lose it, then, you know, I'll reload and try again. And if you guys want to continue to copy trade me, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. There's tons of other wallets you can copy trade. You can do trading on your own. A lot of stuff you can do here, guys. So just a cool little thing to have on the side with our meme coin trading. You know, diversify a little bit and just kind of feel better that you don't have to worry about all these rugs all the time and stuff like that. Of course, you do have to worry about getting liquidated, getting in the wrong trade. That is definitely a possibility. Not saying that we're just going to print money, you know, 100% of the time here and it's a guarantee. It's not financial advice, of course. None of this is guaranteed. This is just a little experiment and kind of a thing I wanted to try to do as far as another challenge goes, to help you guys directly make some money passively, where you don't have to do anything. All you got to do is sign up with the bot, get in, set up the copy trade settings, fund your bot. I'll take the rest from there, and hopefully we can, you know, 2-3x that account, if not more. So guys, that does it for this. Thank you again to all support on the channel and on Telegram and on the comments. You guys are truly the best. I truly appreciate every last one of you, and I hope I can continue to provide you guys with the best content that I can to help you guys profit the most here in this crypto market. So, hope you guys are having a great day wherever you guys are. Until the next time we will talk again, take care and take charge. Creative Crypto, out.